This is the portfolio rubric guidance for the first grade standard Fl Pwr 3. Students know and apply grade level phonics and word analysis skills when decoding isolated words and in connected text. The assessments for this standard are focused on B, decode regularly spelled one syllable words. When students are able to read at levels 0 through 3, the teacher is assessing the student's ability to read CVC words. When the student is able to read at a level 4, the teacher is assessing the student's ability to read closed syllable words. When a student is able to read at level 5, the teacher is assessing the student's ability to read 5 different syllable types. When a student is able to read at levels 6 or 7, the teacher is assessing the student's ability to read 2-syllable words with long vowels. This is aligned to the second grade standard 2 FL PWR 3. For each level of the assessment, the teacher is providing the student with a list of 10 words that follow the level guidelines. The teacher asks the student to read the words, and the student may sound out the word or decode the word before saying it if needed. There is an example word list provided in the rubric, but the example word list is not required. Teachers may use their own word list as long as it follows the standard guidelines. For all levels, the required method of evidence collection is a video recording and an answer key. This is a verbal assessment, so there should be a video recording of the student verbally reading the words. The answer key can be uploaded to the context narrative or can be uploaded as an additional student artifact. This may be assessed with students individually, not as a whole group. After you have assessed your students, then it is time to score the student work. There is a rubric provided to help you with scoring. If the student is unable to read any of the words, the CVC words, then the student work sample receives a level 0. If the student is able to read 3 CVC words, then the student work sample receives a level 1. If the student is able to read 5 CVC words, then the student work sample receives a level 2. And if the student is able to read all 10 CVC words, then the student work sample receives a level 3. Again, the teacher may use their own word list as long as it is 10 CVC words. If a student is able to read 10 closed syllable words correctly, then the student work sample is a level 4. If the student is able to successfully read all 10 closed syllable words, then the teacher does not need to upload evidence of correctly completing levels 0 through 3. If the student is able to read 10 words with 2 examples of each of the 5 syllable types, closed syllables, open syllables, vowel teams, are controlled, and VCVE, then the student work sample receives a level 5. Again, the teacher does not have to use the example word list, but if the teacher uses their own word list, it must have 10 words with 2 examples from each of the 5 syllable types. If the student is able to successfully read all 10 all 10 of each of the 5 syllable types, then the teacher does not need to upload evidence for successfully completing levels 0 through 4. If the student is able to read 5 out of the 10 two-syllable words with long vowels, then the student work sample receives a level 6. If the student is able to read 10 out of the 10 two-syllable words with long vowels, then the student work sample receives a level 7. Again, if the student is successful at completing either level 6 or 7, then the teacher does not need to upload evidence of successfully completing levels 0 through 5.